So what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be reacting to some TikToks that will have you rethinking your life.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole and never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go, see, come on, cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Stories keep getting crazier and crazier, but I can tell you what I'm about to share has already happened in 32 American states. It sounds like a script for an apocalypse movie, but it's going on right now. Not too long ago, the Zuckerberg Charity Foundation funded the vaccination of over 100 million American wildlife. Some people asked why. We were told it was to protect them. Despite of these vaccinations, we're now seeing something called zombie deer virus. And what's really alarming is the CDC is not ruling out that it can jump from deers to humans. What is this virus? Walking around literally like a zombie with the nervous system completely being disrupted, drooling, lethargic, falling over, dragging on the ground, and eventually dying. What started with 1 deer and then a few deer is now in hundreds of deers and now in thousands of deers in 32 states across the country, and also being found in other countries like Canada. Why is this happening all of a sudden? You can be the judge of that, but it's something to pay close attention to over the next few months.
This is one of the most disgusting and evil cases I've heard of recently. On the 7th of December 2017, teacher Talma Boinville was desperately trying to make some extra money. She was doing a cleaning job to earn extra money for her family, and the job suited her as her 8-year-old could come along and play while she worked. This was really handy as it meant she didn't have to fork out for childcare. She set out cleaning some holiday homes on the day in question, and her daughter waited in the car. The spot was a lovely scenic place called Kelky Beach. However, instead of walking in on a normal holiday rental to clean, she walked into a nightmare. Stephen Brown and his girlfriend Hayley Dangerand were in the middle of robbing the place. They were scouring through drawers and wardrobes, hunting for valuables to steal. With Talma walking in, their plan had been foiled. They decided they needed to dispose of their only witness. The evil pair tied up the mother, whose daughter waited unsuspectingly in the car outside. They used a machete, a knife, and a hammer to murder the innocent woman. But the horror was far from over. They exited the holiday home and came across Talma's young daughter waiting in the car. They callously told the young girl, "We killed your mum," and then bound her up and gagged her. Sickeningly, they then took the 8-year-old into the home where they'd killed her mum and left her there tied up. The 2 Australian tourists who were renting the holiday home then came back and found the crime scene. The 2 killers were tracked down hours later in Talma's car, which they'd stolen and driven off in. Hayley was actually wearing her victim's earrings at the time. They actually begged for the officers to just shoot them and end their lives, but they wouldn't get away that easily. Talma's husband Kevin wasn't actually allowed to see his wife's body due to the extent of her injuries. The autopsy revealed that she'd fought for her life, with many defensive wounds indicating a struggle. Since the murder, Stephen and Hayley have both tried to blame each other. Stephen was found guilty of second-degree murder and apparently showed no emotion as the verdict was read out. Hayley is currently awaiting trial.
These were found buried in the woods.
Anybody who has an idea of what they were unearthing, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section below.
Mexico's president has confirmed a photo of what seems to be an elf. He says that they do exist and that they live in trees. They aren't evil, just don't interact with them and always keep your doors locked at night.
And now they've come and they've taken the entity from her womb, but it's only the 3rd month of gestation. So that child, that entity, I don't want to call it a child because it's a modern day Nephilim. It's a mingling of the seed. Their seed will mingle with the seed of men. It's Daniel chapter 2, verse 43 all day long. That's what we're looking at. So the entity is removed from the woman. The entity is removed from the woman. It's got to go someplace. Bovine blood, cow blood, can be used in human transfusions. That's a medical fact. That's a medical fact. I'll say it again. Bovine, cow blood can be used in human transfusions. They are taking the material from the cow and they are creating artificial wombs. And that entity is placed in the artificial womb.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Fenomena alam kaitan awan. Bukan lagi awannya. Awannya. Tutung pagi. Hai awan, awan. Itu awan di langit tapi tutung.
This scene is when the oil tanker keeps coming towards the shore. They saw this oil tanker, but it was far from them. It was close enough to get their attention and see, but not close enough for them to think about it. It was approaching, slowly, but they ignored it until it was so close that it was about to hit them. Matter of fact, they still wouldn't even known it was coming unless their daughter had warned them. They kept using that girl as the one with most sense and with her eyes opened, but I'm not going to focus on that. I really don't care. The oil tanker was definitely a metaphor of everyone in the movie and in this world. You see, everyone in this world, they see something happening. They know things aren't right. Matter of fact, Julia Roberts, she alludes to this later in the movie.
Yes. I think deep down we know we're not fooling anyone. I think we know we're living a lie. An agreed upon mass delusion to help us ignore and keep ignoring how awful we really are.
They all know something. They see something coming, but they feel it's better to just ignore it. But it keeps coming slowly while they live comfortably while it approaches. They don't recognize that danger is coming straight towards them. They ignore it. And here's the craziest part. Even when it's almost there, they still kind of deny it. Like when Julia Roberts asked her husband, did he think it's a problem? And he basically said, no, it'll stop. It's got to, right? Even with all the evidence that something was wrong, they still denied it. All until it was about to hit them. I mean, think of...
Guys, if you've watched the movie Leave the World Behind, tell me what you thought about that movie. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below.
The human realm was feeding off low vibrational energy. There's a scene in the first Matrix movie where Morpheus holds up a battery and says, the Matrix is a computer-generated dream world designed to turn humans into one of these, a battery. That is a profound statement in an apparently fictional movie.
Well, we saw the kids version in Monsters, Inc. as well.
That was another one. You had the monster world, where the key monster was a green entity with one single massive eye. I mean, that's telling you, isn't it? What happened is that in the monster world, they had no source of energy. And so in the power station, every day, the monster employees would turn up and they stand in line. And then these doors would come, and when they walked through the door, they walked into a child's bedroom. And their job was to terrify the child, so the child screamed. They caught the scream in a tube and went back to the monster world to power the monster world. It was very symbolic of how this works. They are telling you without telling you, if you know what I mean.
You talk about how third world countries don't have school shooters, but the U.S. does, and how much of it is a psyop, because, man, I forget which one I'm thinking of. Was it Buffalo? I've seen some footage, and I've been looking at these.
He streamed it on Twitch before he had a whole
that one. You watched the video?
I studied that
double
case.
tap like an MK Ultra, and he had an FBI agent in his Discord.
The last couple of shootings have all had threads in the Discord.
And it's always government-related. Ted Bundy and all serial killers. It's always the psychic, satanic horror programming where they split your mind into a dissociative state through trauma. And it's in my documentary. They've been doing it since Egyptian times, where if you cut a baby's head off in front of a child, they actually can't handle the trauma, so they go into a dissociative state, shattered mind, and they actually kind of like doze off as they're in a wakeful state. They're traumatized, and that's when you scream at the child. When he's traumatized, you go, get up! And so apparently even 10 years later, you can psychically program them with a phone call and say, get up! And they go back into that mode where you can tell them to be the best mercenary ever, where it immediately reminds them of the trauma, where they like watched some horrific satanic shit. The public believes mind control is very hard to do, and the conspiracy guys believe it was mastered in World War II, but it was mastered in ancient Egypt thousands of years ago, and it's just trauma control. It's just trauma-based mind control. Very simple to do if you're an evil person. You think about how much with technology, how good mind control has gotten in 2023, you will actually be like, whoa, every single shooter is government.
The dark web's most mysterious video. Here we see human beings, devoid of all humanity, metamorphosing into wild creatures, their behavior reminiscent of ferocious beasts.
Everybody that has gotten to the top has put on a dress. And most of the time, when you play a gay role, it's just to shut down black masculinity. It's to shut it down, to kill the alpha.
There is a systematic effort to destroy every black male entertainer's image. They want us all to have an actress by name. Kobe raped a white woman in Colorado. Dr. Cosby raped 37 bitches and is still counting. Nobody leaves this business clean. Michael Jackson fucked little white children.
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan gambled.
Right, and then his dad got killed.
You understand?
They tried to tie that.
You're not going to die clean.
I mean,
some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Have you heard the crazy conspiracy theory that with every massive stadium tour going on right now, that there are a lot of demonic messages being unwillfully taken in by the huge crowds every night? At Beyonce's Stadium Renaissance World Tour, there's a scary interlude that takes fans by surprise that begins with a portal hypnosis, as if to control you and draw you in. Then it gets scary when messages like, whoever controls the media controls the mind, pop up on the screen. Then it's terrifying when mind control messages pop up on the screen in between placements of Beyonce's face and a picture of a human in a submissive, worshipy pose. Fans were saying they were getting so uncomfortable during this part they were looking away. Second, the known suspected Satanist The Weeknd was so shameless and blatantly, for no reason, flashed Satan's name on the Jumbotron at his stadium concert. He's not even hiding. Fans and viewers often said they felt very uncomfortable at his whole run of his stadium tour because the thing just felt like one big demonic ritual that they were forced to be a part of. Before I show you the scariest one, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about all your favorite celebrities and request who you want to see next. Lastly, there's literally a demonic chant screened by all the fans at the Taylor Swift Eras tour during her song Willow, and they all yell, "Summon the demons." Summon the demons, man! Summon the demons! They do this as Taylor is literally dressed as a witch with her whole coven, and there's a ceremonial huge fire in the middle of the forest. Does that remind you of anything?
BBC told you this, and you still did it.
You're going to make this happen?
No. We're going to make models much cheaper, and then we photograph the models.
Fake newsreels?
That's fake newsreels. For the past 10 years, people have been looking at our fake newsreels and listening to our fake commentaries.
And they accept it for the truth? And you can do it. Stop 100 people in the street. How many of them have actually seen a missile or a satellite that they're just told they exist and they believe it?
Yes, you're getting there. I knew you would. You didn't really believe there were all these things whizzing about up there, did you? Sputniks and rockets. Astronauts crossing their legs for 8 days.
How long has this been going on?
Since Hiroshima.
And the H-bomb, you mean, that doesn't work either?
Right. Dirty.
Very, very dirty.
What was your first reaction? Relief. Oh, yes. Yes, it has to be relief.
You say you can put out what pictures you like on television. Doesn't anybody try to stop you?
No, nobody wants to. 99.386% of the population wouldn't believe this conversation. And the rest are working for us.
All these celebrities.
I'd say there's a lot of mass deception going on in the world. It's just about time, we open up our minds, our third eyes, and just peep through all the bullshit,
Celebrities immortal? And do you really think it's a coincidence that all of these celebrities have historical lookalikes? All of the people they look alike are historical figures which have done something major in the past. I'm not saying they are the same person. However, this raises suspicion. What do you think? Take a look for yourself with an open mind and ask yourself, do you really understand the truth about this reality? I know what you're probably thinking. How could they possibly live this long? There is a whole world of occult knowledge that we, the public, do not have access to, which is hidden within the high degrees of Masonry and Knights Templar and secret societies. You have no clue how deep the rabbit hole gets.
Something really fucking strange is happening in Hollywood right now. A few months ago I made a video talking about how Simon Cowell's reappearance was quite strange, and about how many people truly believe that the man who returned was not Simon Cowell. Similarly, in recent events, people are claiming that the person in this video is not Britney Spears. In fact, if you pause the video on the frame right before her hand passes by her face, you can clearly see that there's a filter being placed on Britney Spears' face, and it goes away for only a split moment. And the most recent event of all, Jamie Foxx was unseen or heard from for quite some time, only to reappear in this video apologizing to his fans, claiming that he had a mysterious medical emergency which he would not identify.
I went to hell and back, and my road to recovery had some potholes as well.
And people are already saying that this person who returned is not Jamie Foxx.
I ain't no conspiracist, that ain't Jamie.
I am merely sharing public opinion. The opinions expressed in this video are just that. What do you guys think is going on? Let me know in the comments below.
That's the video, guys. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. This is just some crazy things going out there. I hope you all stay safe. I hope you all stay open-minded, and let's meet on the next video.